Hello there, how are you? Hope you're well. My name's Electric Johnny Hat. It is Monday the 18th of November, isn't it? Is it November? Of course it's November, of course it is. November the 5th, which is already gone. Anyway, hope you're all well. Time is 10 o'clock, just coming up to 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. Hope you're all well. Yeah, right, so...
It's an ocean of pure, vibrant consciousness. There's an ocean of pure, vibrant consciousness inside each. There's an ocean of pure, vibrant consciousness inside each one of us. This pure consciousness is called by modern physics the unified field. It's at the base of all mind and all matter. And they now say, modern science says, all of matter, everything that is a thing emerges from this field. And this field has qualities like bliss, intelligence, creativity, universal love, energy, peace. And it's not the intellectual understanding of this field, but the experiencing of it that does everything. You dive within and transcending, experiencing this field of pure consciousness, and you enliven it, you unfold it, it grows. And the final outcome of this growth of consciousness is called enlightenment. Intuition grows. This field is a field of pure knowingness. You dive in there, you sort of just know how to go. You know how to solve solutions. It's like an ocean of solutions. The enjoyment of the doing.
So like I said, you're walking into that street, along that street of consciousness. You're walking into it. We'll talk about that in a minute. One more.
My body functions don't stop. The first thing I lose is consciousness. I pass out. My body functions don't stop. The first thing I lose is consciousness. I pass out. I can no longer stay aware. So I started to say, well, wait a minute. I'm not just breathing in air. I'm breathing in consciousness. I'm inhaling and exhaling God itself. And this air is conscious. Stop. Close my nose and mouth for 4 minutes. If I'm separated from this substance for 4 minutes, my heart don't stop. My brain don't even stop. My body functions don't stop. The first thing I lose is consciousness. I pass out. I can no longer stay aware. So I started to say, well, wait a minute. I'm not just breathing in air. I'm breathing in consciousness. I'm inhaling and exhaling.
Absolutely, breathing in consciousness. We'll talk about that in a little while, because I'm always doing talks on consciousness. It's probably driving people crazy. But this is how, like, my mind kind of works. I mean, I'm into this stuff, so I'm just, so there's a lot of people out here, you know, from physicists to electrical engineering to whatever, we're all into it. We're all trying to work out what consciousness is, and yeah, we still don't know. Nobody knows. But it's that life force, isn't it? The tree of life, the electrical. We are the electrical tree of life. That's what we are. Our brain is connected to our spine, our 33 vertebrae. And it's got nerve endings all over it, a nervous system, our nervous system. That nervous system joins up to the pineal gland. But it's the electrical tree, which is us, the tree of life. The real, excuse the sirens, the real tree of life is your nervous system on your tree. And reverse all that, it goes back down to Christ consciousness. Christ consciousness. Christ consciousness, sexual alchemy. Yeah, sexual alchemy, which is what they all seem to worship, don't they, from the Jews to the Freemasons to a lot of other secret societies, all worshipping on the sexual alchemy. The 33 vertebrae in the spine, 33 years of Jesus Christ. There is a substance that comes from the mandula, which is the Ark of the Covenant. Not the Ark of the Contract, it's the Ark of the Covenant, which has wings like an owl. From the medulla, which is the Ark of the Covenant, which has wings around it. It's called the sphenoid bone. It's the Ark of the Covenant. It's biology. The substance comes down your spine, which is Christ coming down to human form. And if you don't squander or use the sexual essence that is being given to you, then it will assume to ascend, and goes back up your spine to the heavens. Sexual alchemy. It's also the story of Santa coming down the chimney and then back up again. It's the substance going up and down the 33 vertebrae of the cerebral spinal fluid. The cerebral spinal fluid is the fluid where the brain, the nervous system and the 33 vertebrae basically sits in the liquid cerebral spinal fluid. So we are moving around that spine. The brain, the spine and the nervous system is just moving around inside the liquid. Moving inside liquid. Just like we are also walking around in a liquid also on the external. So the substance comes down your spine, which is the Christ coming down to the human form. And don't squander or use this sexual essence, then it will ascend and goes back up to the heavens, which is sexual alchemy. Also the story of Santa coming down the chimney and back up. Cerebral spinal fluid passing through the claustrum. We carry around 150 milliliters of cerebral spinal fluid, which runs 3 to 4 times a day up and down the spine, the 33 vertebrae, giving us a total of 450 to 600 milliliters of cerebral spinal fluid, which isn't easy to sort, which isn't easy to say, especially when you've got a stammer. Our brain, our spine and our nervous system are bathing in the cerebral spinal fluid. In ancient times, the fluid, the substance, was called Christ Christos, the brain oil. And the substance comes from the cerebrum and flows down the spinal cord, and it goes to the sacral plexus. The sacrum is the secret. The secret is the sacrum and how the sacrum works through the 33 vertebrae. The nervous system, the spine and the brain carry the memory and does thinking, not just the brain. So because the brain is connected to the nervous system and the 33 vertebrae. So memory and everything works not just through the brain, it works through the spine as well. So your spine has memory. Your cerebral spinal fluid has memory. Your nervous system also has memory because it's all connected to the diamond, which is the pineal gland. All nervous systems shoot up to the 33 vertebrae, from the 33 vertebrae up until the pineal gland. That is the point of your nervous system. So as the substance travels back up the spine, it reaches the pons of the brain and it crosses the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve sounds like astronomy to me. Or astronomy has been taken from that. Or, like we all work out, or try to work out, the microcosm to the macrocosm, which is the internal, which is a reflection of the external. Or the external is a reflection of the internal, whichever way we want to look at it. Right, so how far do we get? The nervous system, the spine, memory, just thinking. As the substance travels back up the spine, it then reaches the pons of the brain and crosses the vagus nerve. Astronomy, also known as the gastric. It also feeds the lungs and the stomach. It's a network of nerves. It's your tree of life. Your Christ Christos from the reverse, the tree of life of your nervous system, of your brain and your 33 vertebrae and the nervous system. That is you, the real tree of life. We're looking for the tree of life on the external too. But that's a hell of a lot deeper because it works on the spheres. And that's what we're trying to work out. Bear with me, we will get there. It's a network of nerves, and these nerves are called the tree of life. And you see, the ancients knew that this seed, which is the born in Bethlehem, once a Monty, is the Christ and the Christ Christos. Orgasm, anyone? The real tree of life. The essence that runs up and down the 33 vertebrae, like I said. Well, I did write some other things down. Right, just wanted to mention all that. Right, the camera's moved, hasn't it? That keeps moving. It's probably moved as I was talking. Right, just a couple of things from IPS, or what I picked up from IPS. I mean, look, the Tyson fight, I haven't watched it. Every fight that Jake Paul has had, I have not watched. That's whether it's Perry, Nate Diaz, or Mike Tyson. Not interested. The only one I did watch was the one with Tommy Fury, where he beat the crap out of Jake Paul. So IPS is obviously does his current events, and he's been picked up a few things from other people, like he does. People send him a lot of stuff. So Tyson's fight was a ritual. Was Tyson's fight a ritual? Was it another humiliation ritual, just like the P. Diddy thing? They had to have that ritual. So was the Mike Tyson fight the ritual, the humiliation of one of the greatest of all time, that jumped into the ring with a stupid Jake Paul that actually wears a rubber suit, by the way? No, have you checked this out? Have you looked into this? Have you done any research on it? He's wearing a fat suit, and when he sits down normally, you can see all the fat suit just comes forward. Do you know what I mean? To his belly. It's a fat suit. They're well known, so they're just doing rituals out there by the looks of it. You can make up your own conclusions on this. But Tyson's fight was a ritual. Was it a ritual? Energy harvesting on the supermoon. It was a supermoon. Some are correlating the Superman with the Netflix exposing Tyson's backside. So the Tyson exposing his bare ass, and we had the supermoon. Moon, a ritual, a humiliation ritual. They made Mike Tyson look stupid. So some of us, including myself now, could think, what the hell did he do this? Why would he do this? Could it be of anything but a ritual? Because anyone with any common sense would never have done something like this, i.e. Mike Tyson. Because now we all look at him like a fucking idiot. Just like I looked at Nate Diaz after I heard that he lost to Jake Paul. Didn't watch the fight, but I heard he lost. So I haven't watched Nate Diaz since. I haven't. They all seem to be fucking rituals and just bathing in loads and loads of money. Not literally bathing in it, but making money from their rituals. So energy harvesting on Superman, some of the correlating the Superman with the Netflix exposing Tyson's backside. Others talking on the humiliation ritual. For me, all just the same thing. It was just a humiliation ritual. If that's what it was, you can be your own judge on that. But why would he go forward and do that? You know, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. I'm so passionate about boxing and UFC, and all this crap goes on. Just while I'm talking about boxing, let's get off of that. John Jones did fight. Who did he fight? What was his name? I can't remember his bloody name. Stipe. Allegedly the best heavyweight out there up until his time, and was he around 40 years old, Stipe? And he went in, and John Jones just tore him apart from the very first start when he kicked him. And then secondly tripped him up after as well, but so many kicks to the stomach and punches to the stomach. He said it was his passion to beat Stipe up badly because of what Stipe said about John Jones's children, allegedly. Who knows? I don't know. I didn't hear that comment. So John Jones had a passion of just going in there, a vendetta, to absolutely destroy Stipe, and he did. He annihilated him. He really did. He had his face cut within 30, what, I think halfway through the first round. Stipe got beat up. If you say, well, Stipe's 40, John Jones is 36 or 38, I think. One of those numbers. But yeah, that was good. Unlike the sad Mike Tyson that I've just gone off completely, like I did Nate Diaz and Perry, Mr. Perry the bare knuckle fighter, you know. But yeah, so Mike Tyson, was it a humiliation ritual? Was it a ritual? It pretty much sounds like it was. All things are looking like that. I remember there was a prediction programming a long time ago to do with a Nintendo when you would fight Mike Tyson with Jake Paul. Obviously it weren't Jake Paul then, but it's been the predictive programming from that, or that's been the predictive program that was thrown in years ago of the Nintendo of Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul. So that's been thrown forward anyway from years ago as a predictive program, which I found a couple of weeks ago, if you never looked into that. But it does seem like it's all just a ritual, like all these other rituals that's been going on, like the helicopter ritual, remember? And many others. So yeah, so I just wanted to talk about that. Right, so back to this.
My body functions don't stop. The first thing I lose is consciousness. I pass out. I can no longer stay aware. So
we are breathing in this electrical atmosphere. This electrical atmosphere, and we breathe it in. And no one told us about our lungs being turbines. So our lungs are turbines, and they extract in the electric atmosphere and then push out the exhaust, which is just the electric clouds. And we clearly see this on a winter's morning, autumn winter's morning. We see that. But like KRS-One is speaking here, he's saying, well, what's the first thing happens when you stop breathing? Literally breathing in consciousness. And that's what I was saying about, you know, walking down the street as the observer effect. And it's throwing information at you all the time. But you're also breathing in all this in. You're taking it in. You're breathing in consciousness. And they say consciousness is just in our brain. But we all know, you know, we're very smart scientists out there, like Rupert Sheldrake, as, you know, trying to prove it the other way around as an inversion. So everything's on the outside. So we literally breathe in consciousness. We don't even know what it is. We're breathing in a life force that's keeping us alive, which is the electric atmosphere. The electric atmosphere and the ether, which is all comprised in the same thing, of the consciousness, it's all the bloody same thing. But we're breathing it all in, we're taking it all in, we're walking into clouds of thoughts. So really all our brain is like an antenna. Our brain, our 33 vertebrae and our nervous system is like an antenna to take in all this information, to feed in this information, to literally eat the information of consciousness. So this life force is what we just keep taking in. KRS-One is a very smart philosopher, like I've always said. We literally breathe in consciousness. So what happens is we stop breathing in consciousness, we lose consciousness. Pretty simple.
Wait a minute, I'm not just breathing in air, I'm breathing in consciousness.
What is it that you're breathing? What is air? Air is the electric atmosphere. Air is data. Air is consciousness. Air is everything. You're breathing it in into your lungs and extracting out the electricity of the exhaust.
And exhaling God itself. And this and exhaling God itself. And this.
And how are you breathing in God itself? Because God is the main frame. God is the main frame. Right, back to the other one. We're nearly on 20 minutes, so I just want to do this quickly. This one.
There's an ocean of pure, vibrant consciousness inside each one of us. This pure consciousness is called by modern physics the unified field. It's at the base of all mind and all matter. And they now say, modern science says, all of matter, everything that is a thing, emerges from this field. And this field has qualities like bliss, intelligence, creativity, universal love, energy, peace. And it's not the intellectual understanding of this field, but the experiencing of it that does everything. You dive within and transcending, experiencing this field of pure consciousness, and you enliven it, you unfold it, it grows. And the final outcome of this growth of consciousness is called enlightenment. Intuition grows. This field is a field of pure knowingness. You dive in there, you sort of just know how to go. You know how to solve solutions. It's like an ocean of solutions. The enjoyment of the doing, the enjoyment of life grows. Huge. People look like friends and not like enemies. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, and it's us. That level of life, we are all one. We're one.
I think it means we're all one in this sea of consciousness. I've got to take this. Thank you, bye-bye.